On today's show,
Who had the more impressive NBA weekend, Anthony Davis or Damian Lillard?
Kyle Korver critiques Lee's three-point contest, and Lee critiques Steph's warm-up at Phillips Arena.
And damn, DeAndre, back at it again with those weekend whoopsies.
It's Monday, February 22nd. The starter starts now. Now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast or joining us live on NBA TV or a little bit later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
If I was traded, I definitely wouldn't pass the physical.
Oh, ouch. Over there, rocking the internet, it's Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey, yo!
TK, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, I'm here at the internet, like you said, looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters. And guys, we've got groundbreaking news in the Fro Skeets case. If you've been paying attention, we found 3 of the 4 of our cardboard cutouts in Toronto. No idea where Skeets was until this weekend when we got a tweet from Tashar Chada who said, "Looking for this? We got what you're looking for."
Is this a ransom?
I don't know, it sure sounds like it, because who is this mystery man and how did he get Fro Skeets? This was literally his first tweet ever. And if you'll remember the first time we saw Cardboard Trey, he was hanging out with Cardboard Lee and Joey Farfari, not this guy. And where's Lee? Nonetheless,
Wow.
It's good to know that Fro Skeets is somewhere safe and sound.
Yep.
Embracing the day, but it brings us to today's question. What's the next NBA mystery you want the starters to solve? Send them to us at #TheStarters. Can be anything. We'll hear your best answers later.
Get
Real
those tweets in.
Quantico situation.
Yeah,
We're getting Quantico here.
This is crazy. And if you're wondering, we know where the cutout version of Lee is. We actually have the live version of Lee Ellis. He's down at the Fortress, just down the road from studios, joining us in anticipation for tonight's Warriors-Hawks game. Do we have him? Lee, are you with us? There he is. Hey, Lee, you look so sharp. What's up?
Friends.
Lele.
Hey.
Yeah, so I'm down here at the Fortress, and it's been a pretty busy day. Earlier, I spoke to Kyle Korver. I watched Steph Curry warm up like everyone else did. There was thousands of people down here. It was unbelievable. And I've also got a little bit of news about Andy Varejao. So when I check in with you later on, I'll have that for you.
All right, man.
All right.
You look so sharp.
So many buttons.
Yeah, he looks, I don't even know that guy. All right.
Jerry West is there. I have to look good.
Okay, Lee, we're done with you, Lee. We'll come back to you later in the show. All right, we will talk to Lee later, but we got to play a little What You Got. It's perfect with just the two of us here at Task. If you're new to the show, Trey presents us with 2 related topics. We have to pick the better choice. The catch, of course, is there's only one right answer, according to Trey Kirby himself. Trey, first one.
Yeah, first topic, and it's a whoa boy!
Whoa, boy.
Whoa boy. Anthony Davis went for an NBA season high 59 points last night. Also added 20 rebounds in the Pelicans' win over the Pistons. First time we've seen that in 15 years. Not to be outdone, Damian Lillard went for 51 in a destruction of the Warriors Friday, then followed that up with 30 in a win yesterday against the Jazz. Who had the best performance of the weekend, AD or Dame Dollar? What you got?
Wow, that's tough.
Really tough one. Damian was great with 51,
Yeah.
but Anthony Davis reminded us why we haven't seen a player like him in NBA history. He was doing different things. He was a big man doing little man things,
Yeah.
doing big man things, of course. He was shooting from the outside. He was getting in on the rebounds. He was blocking shots. He's led the league in block shots before, but he can also step back. What is that? He's got a center matched up on him. You got Andre Drummond, so I'm just going to step back. Boom, in your face. That hasn't been seen before by a guy who can also lead the league in block shots. That's why that was more impressive. Damian Lillard looked a little human in that 51, if you could say that. This was a quiet 59. That's not a joke. This was a quiet 59. He destroyed 8, 18, 14, 19 through the 4 quarters. I got to go AD, even though Dame was Damon.
Yeah, AD had the better single game performance. I'll agree with you there. The 59-20, I mean, you see the rare company he's with there, but Damian Lillard owned the NBA weekend. I don't know how you don't pick Lillard here. The 51 against
AD
the
had
reigning
34
champs.
as well.
Hold on, he out Steph Curry. He did that on Friday
Sure,
night.
yeah.
The Blazers, obviously, they killed the Warriors. He was a huge reason. And then he follows it up on Sunday where he started very slowly against the Jazz, but in that third quarter, his team's trailing. He goes on a single-handed 12-0 run, gets his team right back in the game, and finishes with 30. So 81 points total over the weekend. And look at these numbers since he was dissed by the Western Conference All-Star coaches in not picking him for the All-Star game. His Blazers 8-1 since that announcement on January 28th, and his numbers are through the freaking roof.
He's angry.
He's angry.
AD had 93
rightfully so.
though. 93 versus the 81 of Damian Lillard. Got to go AD.
What's the answer here, Trey? This is a tough one.
Well, it's Anthony Davis. He's only the third player since 1984. The other two guys that go for 50 and 20 are Shaq and Chris Webber. Plus, if you say something mean about Damian Lillard, you might get in a rap song, which is really what I'm going for here at
okay,
this
I
point.
see. I see.
Nonetheless, our second topic. After a deadline day trade shipped him to Portland, Anderson Varejao was waived and now plans to sign with the Warriors. David Lee, on the other hand, was recently bought out by the Celtics and has signed with the Dallas Mavericks. Who's the better acquisition for the stretch run? Sideshow Andy or David Lee? What you got?
David Lee. He's the perfect fit for the Mavericks. They know they're not going to beat anyone with athleticism. Everyone's got to pass. Everyone's got to shoot. Everyone's got to score. David Lee fits in perfectly, and he's going to play. Anderson Varejao might not see
You're
the floor.
right. David Lee's
He's
going
more-
to get some minutes.
Yeah, Anderson Varejao is more of a locker room guy in this scenario. David Lee is going to play and play a good amount. He probably shouldn't play with Dirk because that back line isn't going to be great defensively, but coming off the bench, he's going to get lots of minutes.
Yeah, it's tough to pick either of these guys, to be completely honest, but I'll go Sideshow Andy. I think Anderson Varejao for two main reasons. One, it is a nice big man insurance policy because the Warriors' bigs right now, we had Andrew Bogut missing Saturday's game against the Clips. He's got a sore right Achilles tendon. And then Festus Ezeli, as we know, he's on the shelf for a little bit longer. He had left knee surgery. They don't have a lot of bigs. They had Brandon Rush starting that game on the weekend and went with Draymond as their center, and that can work, but they know they need some size. The other reason I like it, I love when a team who is a defending champ, they go and get a guy who's never won a title. They have just that little extra incentive to play for a guy like that in the locker room. Obviously spent his entire career with the Cavs, Anderson Varejao, now there with his buddy Leandro Barbosa. It's just that little tiny little let's go get one for him. I don't think he's going to play a ton, you're right, but not a bad insurance policy.
I think he's more likely to tell Portuguese jokes with Leandro Barbosa
Sure.
than to actually play basketball.
great jokes.
They've got Jason Thompson on the bench that doesn't play in the first place.
Well,
so
Jason
I think
Thompson,
Jason Thompson's going to play more.
Jason Thompson now gone. Anderson Varejao taking a spot. All right, what's the correct answer with this one?
The answer is David Lee because he's definitely going to play for the Mavericks. They need a backup big. He made some good plays in the finals. Kind of
All
changed
right.
things up for them. Our third question about Kobe Bryant, who played his final game in Chicago yesterday. That many got to say hellos and some goodbyes with some of his friends. Shared a hug with one-time teammate Pau Gasol and dapped up Derrick Rose's son PJ. Who got the warmer Kobe greeting, PG or PJ? What you got?
Wow.
It's got to be PJ. I mean, that is cute. Hasn't
it
he
doesn't.
hugged Pau Gasol 1,000 times this year already? Literally, we've seen them hug. How many times have we seen them hug? It feels
They're
like
buddies.
Maybe
that's
1,000.
fine.
You never hug me.
That's
I wish
true.
we had a friendship
That's
like that.
100%
Give me
true.
a hug,
Not
man.
now. Not now. That's 100% true. It's got to be PJ.
No, PJ, adorable as that is, and by the way, he's more stylish than all of us combined already. I don't know, he must be 4 or 5 years old. It's Pau Gasol, because this is a weird and great friendship between Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol.
Why is it
And
weird?
I
They're
call
friends.
it weird. I call it weird because for years, all we heard about was Kobe Bryant wasn't friends with anybody and had no friends. And this is a legit friend, of course, winning 2 titles together in LA. This was sincere. And the whole part where Pau Gasol actually introduced him on the Jumbotron as the final guy there, that was a pretty cool moment, saying my former teammate and my friend from Lower Merion and all that stuff. I mean, that was pretty cool. I go Pau Gasol with this, as great as PJ is.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a hard choice. That's why this one's a tie.
Oh, come on.
That embrace was so warm and genuine, but PJ's a cute kid. How can you seriously choose between those? It's impossible. Anyways, our final question is about Vince Carter. He's still got it, y'all. Yesterday, back in Toronto, Vince was throwing down a more subtle version of his trademark reverse 360, but that might not have even been his best highlight of the weekend, as he hit a 75-footer against the Timberwolves on Friday. What's the better Vince moment, the bomb 360 or the 75-foot bomb? What you got?
I don't know. That celebration was great. Right there.
That was a pretty good celebration. I'm going with the 360, though.
Yeah,
I'm going
I
with the
agree.
360. The 75-footer, let's be honest, there's a lot of luck involved when you're chucking that up. He's done it before, but the 360, this guy is nearly as old as Lee Ellis. Vince Carter is 39 years old. Okay, still in his 30s. But, I mean, come on, he's showing off some bounce there still.
He's 39.
I
and
go
he's
with the
throwing down
360.
a legit 360. I totally agree. Buy him out. The Grizzlies should buy him out, get on a championship roster. I want to see Vince.
wanna see Vince? Oh.
Chucking up a couple
Grizzlies
threes.
are in the playoffs?
Yeah, come on. Marcus Gasol's not around. I'd like to see him get the Anderson Varejao treatment.
Okay.
Just throw him on a roster.
Well, he's
Give
gonna-
him a ring.
Yeah, he's going to have to go to like one of 3 teams. If he's
Yeah,
gonna win a ring
that's
this year.
entirely fine. The Cavs are looking for a shooter. Vince Carter could be your shooter. He can come in and fire off 8 points, just like the Thunder went and acquired Randy Foye. He could be that guy. This guy's throwing down at 360 at 39 years of age.
I believe that was a season high this game where he hits the 75-foot bomb there. 15 points, I think, season high for Vince too. All right, so we're both saying 360 from Vince. Is that the correct answer, Trey?
Yeah, that's definitely the correct answer.
Good.
It's got to be the 360. We're all nostalgic for it. Plus, this is the dunk that won me the dunk contest this year.
Okay,
I have
easy.
to imagine
Yeah.
that the two of us,
Yeah.
at our advanced ages, I just turned 32. Vince is 39. We're both in our 30s.
You're more gray than him.
I actually am more gray than him. Kind of sad, but I mean, I think that we're pretty equal athletically at this point.
Yeah, except for the 2-foot difference in rim height. You're absolutely
Debatable, Skeets.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no proof that rim's only 8 feet tall.
Hey, look, man. I picked you as the champion. You're deserving back then.
So yeah, it's the 360.
All right, gotta take a break. When we come back, Lee Ellis joins us live from the Fortress to get us ready for tonight's Warriors-Hawks game and to be critiqued by his shooting coach, Kyle Korver. Welcome back to the Starters. A little NBA TV doubleheader action for you tonight. Not long from now, it's the Warriors and Hawks. 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Suns and the Clippers. Really excited for this first game, of course. And down at the Fortress, looking real sharp. It is the international man of mystery, Lee Ellis. Lee, first things first, what's the update on new Warriors big man Anderson Varejao? Is he playing? Is he there? What do we know?
He is here, but he's not going to play tonight. Steve Kerr hopes to get him in uniform maybe against the Orlando Magic or Miami Heat later in the week. But he is here, just not playing tonight.
All right, good stuff. I know you had a chance to get down to the arena, of course, earlier. You love catching any of the warm-up routines, especially the shooters. Did you get to take in the full Steph Curry experience?
Yeah, it's unbelievable actually seeing it. Not just watching him, but just watching the crowd reaction and the oohs and the ahs for his dribbling and for some of the shots that he takes. Because I know I've said this before, I mean, a guy like that could probably shoot 70% if he never worked out in his life. But he comes down here an hour or over an hour before the game and really works on it, works on his ball handling skills, works on everything. And it's just incredible seeing everyone's got their camera out, everyone's watching it, everyone's just in awe. Like, I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a phenomenon quite like this in sports. And then that includes the Michael Jordan era, because I don't think that, obviously we didn't have the same access and the same social media interests as we do now. And it's just amazing watching Steph come out there. And then after he's done all that, he goes and signs autographs for another, couple of minutes after that when he's all sweaty and everything. So it's incredible that he can perform like this, prepare like this, and still has time for fans, only, a very short time before he's actually got to go out there and play.
All right, let's talk about the other side. The Atlanta Hawks looking nothing like the 60-win team from last year. Coming out of the All-Star break, 2 bad home losses. Is this just a case of post-trade deadline hangover where a couple of their guys didn't get traded and they're all kind of sulking? Or what's the vibe around the team?
Yeah, I think there probably was a little bit of that because there were so many rumours involving their big names, Horford, Teague, and even Kyle Korver, and none of them ended up getting moved. So I think it was a bit of an unsettling experience for them. But now that the trade deadline's passed and everyone's staying here, I think they can now focus on playing basketball again. And I heard Kent Bazemore earlier today talking about how tonight's game's a big game, but it's also a little bit distracting because there's so much attention on the opponent, which rarely happens. But he said they just got to play properly. They've got to play like they used to play as a team and work hard and get back to what got them into the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
And despite the Warriors going for their 50th win of the season, Draymond Green says that there's just no room for error going into tonight's game.
They've been great all year. It's kind of just floated under the radar because of the year we've had. But, we always looking at the standings, and they're right there. And so, obviously, home court is something that we want, and we got to make sure that we protect that. That's why it's not much room for error at all. You would think having 5 losses, 50-something odd games in, you'd be in a good position. Not so much with the way those guys are playing.
Oh, you're still going to get 72, Draymond, not to worry.
Final thing, Lee, before we let you go. We know that you recruited Hawks sharpshooter Kyle Korver as your personal three-point contest coach before you did your three-point contest.
Look at that, coach.
Look at
This All-Star weekend. Did you have a chance to catch up with them and give your coach the results of your own three-point contest over All-Star weekend?
Yeah, he's like Mr. Miyagi to me. So when I came down here this morning, he was obviously thrilled to see me and he wanted to see the results. And so I got it out and showed to him, and this is how it went. Okay, here we go. This first rack is my money ball rack, just so you know. I couldn't get the color balls, but they're all worth 2, okay?
Started off with him.
Yeah.
I like it. It's brave. You're shooting it faster than you were, and we were practicing. It was good.
Can I empty this rack?
Can he do it? Corners, the corner threes. 16, 17. You're like, you did good, man. You did great.
That last one, though, that's 2 points I left on there. It would have been 19.
That would have been 19. That might have gotten you to the second round.
I know. It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Come on, pretty good, pretty good.
Where do you think it fell down, though, for me?
Well, I think, people don't realize how it's a lot of shots in a minute, and I think probably this last couple of racks, it's just, you get a little tired, you lose a little concentration, whatever it is. You miss a couple, you start pushing, you want to get that, get 20 or whatever your goal was, and it's an easy thing to do.
Well, I guess we're just going to have to start working on it a little bit earlier next year, so I'm ready for it. What do you think?
I got 21 next year. 21's the goal. I like it.
Good stuff. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I can't believe this, Lee, but Kyle Korver might be more into this three-point contest than you actually are.
Yeah, he's such a great guy, and I'm sowing the seeds for next year. I want to come down and work on it. I got to get 20. I got it.
All right, hey, Lee, just turn around and tell him.
right behind you, man.
He's
Say
such a
hi.
great guy. You can critique him. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, nice, yeah. Yeah, that's what we worked on earlier. I told him about that. I said, yeah, keep the arm straight.
Why does it look like Lee's in front of a green screen right now? It doesn't even look like he's there. All right, Lee, enjoy the game tonight, mate.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we got to take a break.
Looks like Float Boy. He's floating right now.
When we come back, can you believe it, DeMarcus? Weekend Whoopsies back in this mix. Did we even send Lee there? I swear to God, he's in front of a green screen. Back with the starters, we asked you earlier in the show, what NBA mystery should the starters solve next? You hit us up on Twitter, hashtag the starters. Trey, you got a few of the best answers.
Yeah, some real great questions. This one comes from Albert Floor, who says, is Nate Robinson's jersey still up in the rafters at Summer League? We couldn't remember, but hopefully we'll check it out this summer. Doug Schomer says, the biggest unsolved NBA mystery, what was the mailman whispering at the free throw line? I think he once said it was something different every time, so
Yeah.
probably just winging it. And finally, Brandon Locklear says, why can't Tass pass his physical? So Tass?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
You look great, man.
Chronic injuries, yeah.
Chronic injury.
Obviously, on the surface, everything looks fine. It's on the interior. A lot of bleeding happening right now.
Jeez.
Sorry I asked, man.
No, it's natural.
Keep those tweets coming. Hashtag the starters. What NBA mystery should we try and solve next? Because we found Fro Screets, but let's get to the weekend whoopsies.
Talking about injuries, Kobe dislocated his finger on Friday. Did he come out of the game? No. Gary Vee just popped it right back in. Check out the reaction right here. Yeah.
It's a sound.
He's fine. Post-game, he showed it off to the media.
This could probably be the only time I could sit here like this at a press conference and not get fined. I have a built-in excuse.
Cheeky, Kobe, cheeky. Friday night, Jabari Parker. Great rebound here late in the game. Not a great pass. That's, I don't know. I thought a shooter was in the
Oh,
court.
where's the
Nobody
shooter?
from
It's not his
either
fault.
team.
Dennis Schroeder decides to tie his shoe while the ref starts his 5 count. And that's a problem.
Oh, boy. Nice steal, though.
I like how he kind of just claims that it's Muscala's fault. Just throw it here. It's your fault. Throw it.
He runs right to the
That's
corner.
not how it works.
Oh, boy.
Gotta time your ties.
Friday night, Joe Ingles. Watch him on the bench here. Very happy about this Rudy Gobert dunk. Here he is. Get up. Happy dance time, Joe. Let's go. Yeah. He is pumped.
It's like he's riding a giant bicycle.
Friday, we had a double face smash. Vucevic, Barea,
Wow.
double.
Wow.
Double face smash.
Oh, yeah.
That never happens.
Will we ever get a triple? That's the question. Friday night, DeMarcus Cousins. He can't believe a foul was called on number 15. What? Oh. You mean Jokic for the Nuggets. Both wearing 15. Oh, I see. I see. My bad.
The Jokic is on you. Karl Anthony Towns looking all around Towns for a high five here. I just need a high five. Anybody? Yeah. How about
Please.
you? How about you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's-
Wiggins, get in on this.
I don't know.
Give me a high
Come
five
on.
already.
Come on, let's go. How come no one's high fiving? It's actually perplexing.
It is. Saturday, DeAndre Jordan. It's going to get in a little Steph Curry dribbling routine before the game. Now, not as advanced.
He didn't lose the ball, though.
No, Steph did lose the ball in this clip. You're right. So DeAndre Jordan, a better dribbler than Steph Curry.
DeAndre's huge alley-oop here bends the rim. The players were calling for it immediately because it bends to the left a little bit.
It's crazy.
And then they popped it right back in before another play.
It's like Kobe's finger. Just like it. On Sunday, this lady in the front row. Yeah, just suck it up, LeBron. She heckles at him. The King on Instagram blast the caption. I guess she told me. Jeez.
She did. Sunday, when a front goes bad, it really goes bad. I mean, it just looks terrible.
Whoa.
Front rim, way back.
Drummond taking off real far.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Good effort.
Yep. And finally, it was Kobe's final game in Chicago, and these guys traveled all the way from Italy. They apparently have quit their jobs and are just traveling around.
You
with
think
the
they have jobs?
Kobe Bryant farewell tour. Well, I don't know.
How else they buy the tickets, Tess?
Yeah.
That's a good
Oh,
question.
he's just,
And the BB-8.
man.
On
Whoa.
NBAtickets.com. The dab has crossed the Atlantic.
Yeah, dabbing up a storm there. He can break his neck. All right, after the jump, Trey helps out Lee with the very solid play. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the starters. Back with the starters. Not a good Friday night in the pick and play contest unless your name is Trey. You're the only one that had the Hornets. Everyone else had the Bucks. We were all wrong. You see the records there for the month of February at the bottom. Tonight's game, Pacers and Heat. Taz the only one taking the home
Spicy.
team. Everybody else taking the Pacers on a back-to-back, but this was a tough game to pick. That's a real,
Florida
real
trip.
pick 'em there, really. So good luck to everyone. Trey, you're gonna help out Lily with a very solid play. What's happening?
Oh, right. We're going to Boston for one of Lee's classic categories. It's the double ender. Starts with defense. Marcus Smart bots the ball way too far, but Evan Turner saves it right to Avery Bradley, who is hustling the Celtics. The first two guys up the court. There's nothing more solid than hustling back to play basketball, and that's what I call a very solid play.
Nice stuff, Trey.
That was solid.
Way to fill in. Trey, we got ourselves a trade.
Woo!
Rescinded.
Oh.
Yeah, weird news today. The Detroit Pistons have decided to void a trade that would have sent Rockets forward Donatas Motiejūnas and Marcus Thornton to Toronto in exchange for Joel Anthony and a protected first-round pick. Demo has been slow to recover from the procedure on his back from April. So in the end, the Pistons got a little extension on checking him out and whether that would work, and they said no. And all of this is now taken off the board, which is very strange for a couple guys to go back to their team here that have already been traded.
And this is Donatas Motiejūnas' contract year. His
Yep.
back is that bad that they have to rescind the deal. You got to feel terrible for him. This guy can play. He started 62 games last year.
Yeah, it's a very weird situation with the Rockets. They've got guys that they tried to trade that they couldn't, and now have guys that they actually traded that are back on their team. Very weird. All right, that's it for us tonight. Back tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, shooter's going to shoot, doucher's going to douche.
Brace the night, people.